Buying a home feels so unattainable for a lot of Canadians, so I'm going to speak on 3 easy steps you can follow so that you become a homeowner here in BC. Okay, step number 1, don't be a statistic. Most people have counted themselves out, won't even start the process because they've convinced themselves that they will never be able to own a home. There's nothing more influential than your own thoughts, so you got to get rid of that. 4 to 5 Canadians are financially illiterate, and it shows in how many people you see out there saying, I'll never be able to afford a home. So here's a quick story about a past client who had that exact same thought process. The client came from the realtor, and the realtor, before sending me the client, said, hey, this person doesn't ever think they'll be able to own a home, but I told them they should have a conversation with you. So give the client a ring, and 30 minutes into the conversation, the client now knows of streams of income they have that they didn't even think they could use, and resources that they had available that they didn't think they could use. Within 30 minutes, I completely changed the outlook that this client had on home ownership, turned it into a 360, and 2 days later, they had an accepted offer on a property. All right, step 2, talk to a good broker. A good broker, they're not just a salesperson, they're a strategist. They have all of the resources at their fingertips to get creative and bring your complex, non-traditional situation to life. So you know the bank, they're certainly not going to call you into the branch, sit you down and say, hey, here are 5 different ways to qualify. But on our side, we bring the strategy. We're going to look at different streams of income, tell you how we can use them. And when it comes to self-employed people, forget about it. There's no comparison. We can transform a self-employed situation to really represent the strengths that you bring to the table. And when it comes to resources, we've got almost all of them at our fingertips. Dozens, if not hundreds of different mortgage products and policies we can reference when looking for the best home for your situation. Now, let me talk about something very unique. This is going to be the separator between a broker that's and a good broker, the perspective we bring to the table. A good broker is going to analyze your situation in the exact same way an underwriter would, know what they want to see and what they don't want to see. We can literally highlight your strengths, and if there's any weaknesses in the file, maybe explain them in a way that reflects your true situation, or tuck them away a little bit. But we make sure that your file is received in the best possible light when it hits the lender's queue. So again, a personal story. I've worked with first-time homebuyers that have a couple discrepancies on their credit bureau, fall just outside of the guidelines, but a proper explanation resulted in that file getting an approval. Most recently, literally this week, we just got a file funded on a gifted down payment from an aunt, not an immediate family member. If you want, you can ask me how that's possible. All right, here's the 3rd step, and easily the most important. Listen to everything your good broker tells you to do. It's not just enough to know the plan, you have to follow it. All right, so let me go through some common mistakes that I've seen before. Taking on additional debt, getting a new car. Every $400 a month that you have in a liability has the ability to reduce your buying power by about $60,000 to $80,000. So if you just got a new car with a $700 payment, that is hugely impactful. Next, don't quit your job. Don't get a new job. If we run the numbers on the job you currently have, don't change anything. If you get a raise, awesome, but don't go ahead, quit your job and go get a new job. That should be a given. And lastly, credit. If we give you specific instructions on how to manage your credit, next steps you should take on possibly fixing your credit, timelines around doing so, don't stray away from these guidelines. We give you specific rules to follow, and they are hugely impactful. We know how this is going to affect your situation. I've seen it too often. The client's lining up on the start line, the gun's about to go off, and they sabotage themselves before it can go bang. It sucks to see because it just extends the amount of time it's going to take before you can become a homeowner. And even worse, maybe the gun's gone bang and they're halfway into the race before they realize that things have gone sideways because of some decisions or rules they didn't follow. So here's a quick story. We are almost at the finish line. We're 2 weeks away from the clients getting the keys to their new home. And this doesn't always happen, but the lender decides to pull credit 2 weeks before closing. And what came back was a newly financed washer, dryer, and couch. Now, this of course adds additional debt to the table, starts to throw the numbers off. Long story short, we got it all sorted out. Didn't cause an issue. They're in their home today. But what we had to do is cause unnecessary stress to the clients for about 3 days, getting additional documents, waiting for the lender to get back and reapprove an aspect of the file. So, just don't do these things. If you're in the race, you're about to take possession, just hold fast. Don't change any part of your financial situation. So there you have it, the 3 easy steps to buying a home here in BC. Don't be a statistic. Get out of your own way and have that conversation. What's the worst that can happen? You just learn a little bit more? Next, talk to a good broker. a strategist, someone that can get creative and transform your situation into being held in the best light possible. Make sure you get that approval. And lastly, follow the plan. If you don't follow the plan, you will not get to the goal. So follow the plan, get to the goal, listen to the instructions. Listen, buying a home certainly isn't easy. Back in the 60s, you could buy a house for a loaf of bread and $15. Not anymore, but it is simple. You create a plan, follow the plan, and get to the goal. So drop a comment and let me know what part of the process you think you're on right now. And if you're ready to create a roadmap for how you can get there, click the link and let's book a call. We'll have a conversation.